Welcome back to Southern National Raceway Park. When you bring your puppy to the racetrack, you certainly want to give them earplugs.
Well, I bring my kids to the racetrack. I give them earplugs, so, that's just the next step.
There you go. Sheldon McNair from Plymouth, North Carolina, back on the racetrack. He was involved in one of the earlier cautions. They just pulled all the bodywork off the nose of that car. They'll try to get him to the checkered flag tonight. Getting set for a restart here at Southern National. There's the 05 of Fleming. Tyler Millwood, who had that power steering problem, he's still wrestling that thing around. Pontiac safety car heads for pit road. We are back underway with 42 laps to go tonight. Everybody now gets a chance to restart right behind Jason Hogan. Let's see what Preston Peltier can do with the leader.
If he's going to make a move, he needs to do it right away, because the longer the race goes, it looks like Jason Hogan's car just keeps building momentum. If on these cooler tires, he may have a chance.
Taylor Satterfield runs third in the 40 car. Clay Jones, one of the local stars in that red and white 15 car, diving to the bottom there. He's going to try to take third away, and he does it. He makes the 40 wiggle a little.
Great run down in the corner by Clay Jones. That's the experience of this racetrack. Preston Peltier, the last time up off the corner, that car was a rocket. I wonder how much pressure he can put on Jason Hogan.
Enterprise Rent-A-Car running order, top of your screen with 60 laps on the board. Jess Maddox, who started outside row 1 all the way back in 7th. Chris Fontaine, one of our series regulars, stuck in 10th. And Millwood, who's had to head to pit road, back in 12th there. Meantime, Fontaine dives inside Blaney to pick up a spot. Ryan Blaney backsliding a little bit here as we get down to the last 35 laps tonight. Fleming in the 05 had a problem earlier. They put the front end of that car back together. And he is back on the lead lap. And Tyler Millwood wrestling that 31 around. He had a top 3 car at the start before that power steering let go.
Yeah, Millwood trying to drive that car without power steering. I'm telling you, that is, I can't even describe how much that hurts. And every time a caution comes out, you just pray, and it's a long one.
Yeah. Except that the caution laps here don't count. You're not getting any closer to the checkered flag.
Yeah, but it's just a rest period. It's going back green, and he's doing a great job. That is really tough to do.
Car still quick off the corners. Millwood inside Blaney to pick off a position. So Tyler Millwood trying to get back into contention here tonight. That was a fight for 11th spot. Give it to Tyler Millwood. Fleming in the 05 up there in 10th. Good recovery for that team.
The biggest danger when you don't have power steering, Rick, is when you get loose and you've got to turn it back to the right. The car will turn to the left pretty good, but when you have to turn back to the right, that's when you get in trouble.
Jason Hogan here, and the Hogan Lumber 92 is your leader. Preston Peltier, the ARP Bodies 5 car, in second. And after the restart, Hogan hasn't exactly jetted away, but he's opened up 7 or 8 car lengths.
6, 7, 8 laps. The tires are coming back to temperature. He's down on the white line every corner. He picks up the gas at exactly the same point. I would say this is the guy to beat from here on out.
Sure looks that way. Started back in the 3rd row. Very patiently picked him off one at a time. Got the lead and has been the dominant player all evening long. Let's take a look now. The battle for 4th. Jay Middleton in the 74, the Redneck Pepper car, trying to get around Satterfield's 40.
Jay Middleton right behind Satterfield. These two guys are racing 1 and 2 in points. Jay Middleton knows what he needs to do to lock down his championship. More importantly, he wants to get back on track, get back winning. You can have a great race car. He started deep in the field. He's worked his way to the front.
Tonight, I think his job is to not stick it in the wall here at Southern National Raceway Park. He's done a good job with that so far. He's been patiently working his way to the front. Again, a guy who didn't start very well tonight. Qualified pretty deep in the field. Half second off the pole speed, which is unusual. He started 12th. He's raced his way into the top 5. The 89 car, Jess Maddox from the outside pole. He's got his hands full there with Stephen McCurley. I'm impressed with Gene Carilla in the 05. Remember back to the start of the season, he's a youngster from Pennsylvania. His dad told me he had never run anything bigger than a Legends car and had never traveled. They'd never run out of their area in Pennsylvania. They decided to come here and run with the RC Cola Moon Pie ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour. Go on the road. They've made just about every race, and he's made good progress.
He's made a lot of laps.
Yeah.
And that's the key. He doesn't tear up equipment. He gets a lot of laps. And if you're going to travel that far, you better finish these races.
Yeah.
You won't. Dad says, we ain't going no more.
You don't want to have to get the porta power to get him in the trailer after the race.
No, the young man has done an excellent job. And here tonight, he's just putting together another really solid race.
That is Carilla in that black 05 right in front of Chris Fontaine in the 47F. Fontaine from Auburndale, Florida. Carilla out of what they call Transfer, Pennsylvania, up near State College. Jason Hogan is the leader. Peltier is second. 25 to go tonight as we check your Enterprise Rent-A-Car running order. Top of your screen.
We've run enough laps now. You can see McCurley's car. It won't hold on the bottom. The car's starting to scoot up. You've got to think it's a little bit of a brake issue, so it's tough, and he's kind of holding this line up. Millwood, still with a good, strong run. He's down on that white line. He's hit his marks every time. That's remarkable.
Tyler Millwood has come back to 11th, despite having the power steering line let go. All that smoke came out of the car. As you said, Scott, we thought maybe he'd had an engine let go. Gee, he's just wrestling that car trying to get to the checkered flag tonight.
Well, and wrestle is a great word for it. You're just trying to make good, consistent, smooth laps, because anything you have to do other than that is a lot of work.
Oh, Rob Dubnicki in the 77. He's got smoke coming out of that car. That is a pretty race car. He is all the way from Maple Grove, Minnesota. He's a business executive. The car is kept here in North Carolina. He flies in to race it here at Southern National. Hogan, meantime, the leader in the 92. Peltier second in the ARP Bodies 5 car. Couple of car lengths is the gap. Peltier starting to close in a little on Jason Hogan as we get down to the last 20 laps tonight.
Peltier is actually moving around on the racetrack, trying to find a line that he can gain some momentum, try to close that gap on that 92 car. He started clear back in 10th. He's all the way to second, and there's a couple laps he looks to be faster than Hogan.
Derek Bernasiglio on pit road telling us that Jason Hogan isn't saying a whole lot on the radio. Appears to be quite happy with the way that car is working, not asking the crew for much help at this point. Oh, caution. Oh. Caution waves with 19 laps remaining tonight here at Southern National. The 05 of Gene Carrilla with a problem. Just talking about what a great run that team was having tonight. Let's take a look as they go out of turn 2. He lost it, went right around.
Thank goodness he didn't have hard contact. Everybody got around him. He's going to be able to continue. Maybe come to pit road. Look, time for a little bit of an adjustment. You got to start in the back anyhow, then come back after him.
Doesn't change anything we said about Gene Carrilla earlier. He's really learned a lot, really impressed me with how he's improved over his rookie season, the course of this season from the spring to now that we're in the fall here in the Southeast Asphalt Tour, the ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour. Jason Hogan, the leader. Dakota Stroop still on pit road. Hogan leads Peltier and Jones. We'll be back at Southern National.